What would you do if a cop held out a cable and told you to hand over your phone right now? If you let them plug that cable in, you could be giving them access to your texts, photos, location, app history, and more. And once you help them do it, you may be handing away the strongest protection you had. Hit subscribe right now because what you're about to hear could save your phone, your privacy, and your entire case one day. And like this video now so you can find it fast when your brain freezes in a real stop. Here's what you need to know before this ever happens to you. Those little police phone boxes are not chargers. They're not harmless cables. They're often data extraction tools built to pull information off your device. Some are made to preserve what's on your phone. Some are made to copy huge amounts of data. Some are built to unlock or dig deeper into certain phones. Let me show you exactly why that matters. In the next few minutes, you're going to learn the one sentence that stops you from giving consent, the question that keeps a traffic stop from dragging on forever, the line that protects you from helping them unlock your own phone, and the backup rule that matters if they grab the phone anyway. I've analyzed over 200 body cam videos, and the same mistake keeps happening. People panic, try to be nice, and talk themselves straight into a search. Now think about how this usually goes for you. You're nervous. Your hands are shaking. You want the stop over fast. So when an officer says, "Mind if I take a quick look?" or "Just plug this in for a second?" most people say yes because it sounds small. It sounds routine. It sounds like refusing will make you look guilty. Most people have no idea that consent is the shortcut around your rights. If you say yes, the whole fight changes. Now it's not about whether they had enough reason. It becomes about the fact that you helped them. Here's the reality. Your phone is not like your glove box. Your phone is your whole life in your pocket. Your messages, your search history, your pictures, your banking apps, your notes, your health stuff, your friends, your family, your movement. That's why this matters so much. One calm sentence can protect all of it. The first thing you need to do is refuse consent clearly and fast. Not rude, not angry, just clear. Here's exactly what you say. "Officer, I do not consent to any search or extraction of my phone." Word for word. Memorize that line. Say it early. Say it calmly. Say it once. And if they keep pushing, say it again the same way. This is 100% legal. You are not fighting. You're not resisting. You're not hiding anything by saying it. You are simply refusing to volunteer access to your private data. Defense attorneys use this exact line in court because it creates a clean record. It shows you did not agree. That matters later if your case ever gets in front of a judge. Why does that line work so well for you? Because consent is the easiest path for them. If you open the door, they don't have to argue as hard about why they went through your device. If you refuse, they have to stand on actual legal ground. And that is a very different game. In Riley v. California, the Supreme Court said police generally need a warrant before searching the digital data on your phone. In plain English, that means a judge usually has to sign off first. The court even boiled it down to two simple words: get a warrant. This comes straight from Supreme Court rulings. Your phone gets more protection because it holds way more private stuff than a wallet or a pocket ever could. Now watch the trap. An officer may make it sound casual. "If you've got nothing to hide, let me just check one thing." Or, "It'll only take a second." That is the moment a lot of drivers fold. Bad way. Most drivers say, "Sure, go ahead." Then the officer gets your consent and your privacy shield gets a lot weaker. Good way. Smart drivers say, "Officer, I do not consent to any search or extraction of my phone." Then the officer has to rely on real legal authority, not your panic. Here's the reality. You do not have to help create evidence against yourself just because someone asked in a calm voice. And let's be very clear about what these tools can do. Devices sold to police, like Cellebrite and Graykey, are marketed to extract data. They talk openly about getting messages, photos, videos, chats, app data, internet evidence, location data, and even deleted material. So when you hear "just plug it in," hear the real translation in your head. Let us try to pull your digital life into our machine. That is why your first sentence has to be automatic. No speeches, no long explanation, no fake jokes, just the line. "Officer, I do not consent to any search or extraction of my phone." Have you ever been asked for your phone during a stop? Drop a comment below because I want to know how fast officers are pushing this where you live. The second thing you need to do is control the length of the stop, because the longer you stay there, the more chances you give them to pressure you. Here's exactly what you say once the reason for the stop is handled. "Am I being detained, or am I free to leave?" Those exact words. Keep your voice calm, keep your hands visible, then stop talking. Do not fill the silence. Do not start explaining your whole day. Do not try to charm your way out of it. You are asking a simple legal question. This is 100% legal. Why does that question help you so much? Because a traffic stop is supposed to be about the reason you got stopped. Maybe your tag light was out. Maybe you were speeding. Maybe your registration was expired. That mission has a limit. Police cannot usually stretch that stop into a fishing trip just because they feel curious. In Rodriguez versus United States, the Supreme Court said officers cannot extend a completed traffic stop just to do extra investigation. Plain English, once the stop's job is done, they do not get endless bonus time with you. Former police officers have confirmed this works because it forces a decision. Either they let you go or they detain you. Watch what happens when you ask that question the right way. The whole tone changes. Now the officer knows you understand the stop is not supposed to last forever. Now the random small talk matters less. Now the pressure game gets harder. And that matters because a lot of phone requests happen after the main stop is ending. They hand back your license, they say, hold on 1 second, then they pivot. Mind if I see your phone? That pivot is where people get trapped. Bad way. Most drivers say, yeah, I guess so, or why, did I do something? Then they keep talking, stay longer, and give the officer more room to build suspicion. Good way. Smart drivers say, am I being detained or am I free to leave? Then the officer has to either end the stop or clearly justify keeping you there. That one question protects your time, your words, and your phone. Legal experts agree this is your strongest protection during the awkward middle because silence beats nervous talking. And if the officer says you are not free to leave, that tells you something important. Now you know this is not casual. Now you know every extra word matters. So stop chatting. Do not explain your apps. Do not say whose phone it is unless your lawyer tells you to later. Do not say, I can unlock it real quick, but only for a second. That is how people lose. Your goal is simple. Keep the stop narrow. Keep your mouth under control. Keep your phone locked. The third thing you need to do is never unlock the phone for them and never help them access it. Here's exactly what you say. I will not unlock, handle, or assist with access to my phone. Short, calm, direct. Use those words. If they keep pressing, add this. I choose to remain silent and I want a lawyer. Listen closely because this is critical. A lot of people think they're being clever by trying to compromise. They say, I won't give you my passcode, but I can tap it open myself. That is still helping. That is still access. That is still you doing the thing they want. Here's the trick they don't want you knowing. The fight is not only about what they can force, it's also about what you volunteer. If you unlock the phone, type in the code, or hold it to your face, you may be doing the hardest part of their job. And once the device is open, the risk jumps fast. Some tools are designed for after first unlock access. In normal English, that means an already unlocked phone can be far easier to dig through than a locked one. So your job is simple. Do not be the key. Bad way. Most drivers say, I'll unlock it, but only for one thing. Then the phone is open, the line gets blurred, and the argument later gets messy in court. Good way. Smart drivers say, I will not unlock, handle, or assist with access to my phone. Then you're not helping them break the wall around your own data. That matters a lot, especially because courts are still fighting over fingerprints and face unlock. In a recent case called U.S. versus Brown, an appeals court said forcing a thumb to unlock a phone violated the Fifth Amendment. Another court went the other way. In a case called U.S. versus Payne, the law is still split. This is why many privacy lawyers tell you to rely on a strong passcode, not just your face or fingerprint. A passcode lives in your mind. Your finger and your face are sitting right there. I'm not telling you to destroy evidence. Don't do that. I'm telling you not to volunteer the code to your life. If they lawfully seize the phone, let your lawyer deal with that fight. But you do not help them. You do not coach them. You do not unlock it. Just this once, stay calm and repeat the line. The officer either moves on, escalates legally, or waits for a warrant. But you didn't open the door. 90% of drivers don't know what's coming next. Hit like because this next part saves you if they grab the phone anyway. If they take the phone anyway, your fourth move is to keep objecting and stop talking. Here's exactly what you say. I do not consent to this seizure or search, and I want a receipt for my property. That line matters more than you think. You're not physically fighting for the phone. Do not do that. You're making your position clear while staying safe. Then you shut up. Repeat that you want a lawyer. Keep your hands off the phone. Do not try to snatch it back. Do not argue on the roadside like it's a courtroom. Your goal is to survive the moment and protect the record. Your refusal helps your lawyer later. Whether that seizure was lawful can become a court issue. Asking for a receipt matters because of the paper trail. You want proof of what was taken and when. Bad way. Most drivers say, fine, take it, then keep talking. Good way. Smart drivers say the line and wait for counsel. No roadside debate will beat a good lawyer. Riley View, California says police need a warrant to search digital stuff. Rodriguez says they can't drag a stop out. Carpenterville, United States says digital location records usually need a warrant too. In plain English, your digital trail is private. Imagine you get pulled over at night. The officer says your brake light is out and asks to check your phone. You take a breath and say, Officer, I do not consent to any search or extraction of my phone. You follow with, Am I being detained or am I free to leave? You stay calm and use your big moves. Next week, I'm dropping the video on what to say when police claim they smell weed. Subscribe right now. Lock in the moves. No consent. Ask if free to leave. Never unlock. And clearly object to seizure. Your phone holds your private life. Stay safe, stay respectful, and stop volunteering away the protection you still have.